He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. So what he called difference was his ability to change the status of the poor man to a wealthy man. Not just in the natural, but in the spirit. To bring deliverance to them that are captives. To bring hearing to him that is deaf, sight to him that is blind, and to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And so what they call the difference is not the power he has, is the change he is able to provoke in the lives of people. And number two, what causing a difference mean is the value system that you build that engenders transformation. And so when the thief is delivered from prison, the job is not done. The thief must become a righteous man. Because if you deliver the thief from prison, the thief may cause crisis in society. So delivering him from prison is intervention. Advancing value to transform him is the major work. So making a difference begins from intervention and it enters transformation. You need power to provoke intervention. This is why, we need balance in our understanding. If you have character and don't have power, you can't engender intervention. Because people are not where they are because they want to. It's a power that kept them there. There's a power called poverty. There's a power called sickness. There's a power called death. And so if you want to bring people out of their condition, be ready to confront power. That's why Jesus was on earth for 30 years. He didn't open any deaf ears. Because power had not come. He said in Luke 4:14, he returned in the power of the Spirit. And in Luke 4:18, he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. I had to receive power to bring intervention. If you don't have power, you can't make a difference. You need power to provoke difference. And beyond power, you also need character to engender transformation. You need spiritual power. You need economic power. You need governmental power if you will create a difference. And then you need the character and the virtues of God if you will create a transformation. It is power plus virtue and character that engenders a difference. And then finally, what it means to provoke a difference is to create structures that brings about sustainability. A man who does not have structures, programs, and systems cannot create change. He cannot make a difference. He may start something that looks good. Time will collapse it. Because it takes a lot of wisdom, strategy to create programs, structures, and systems. See, when God begins a project, in order to immortalize it, he makes it a system. This is why when Jesus was leaving the earth, he didn't give us Peter and Paul. If he gave us Peter and Paul, when they died, the move of God would have ended. He gave us the office of the apostle, the office of the prophet, the office of the evangelist, the office of the pastor and teacher. So when Paul dies, another apostle can rise. When Peter dies, another apostle can rise. If he gave us men, the program would have ended. But in order to immortalize it, he created a structure. He created offices. He created systems. And so anybody who wants to make a difference must come into wisdom, strategy, in order to formulate programs, structures, and systems. Why power engenders intervention? Why value engenders transformation? Structures provoke preservation. And so you need intervention, you need transformation, and you need preservation in order to make a difference. I prophesy over someone the power, the virtue, and the wisdom to create the three structures that makes a difference. It rests upon you from now. My God. Please be seated. Be seated. You don't have power, forget about making a difference. You don't have character, forget about making a difference. And if you like, have power and character. If you have no wisdom to create structures, forget about making a difference. That thing you are doing have no lifespan. You need sustainability. Every global move today prioritizes sustainability programs, sustainability offices, sustainability experts. They think through what is happening. They are not carried away by momentary victory. They are thinking about how to preserve that victory so that when you come in 20 years, the victory is not just sustained, but is better. Because if it's about momentary glory, it's about momentary victory, the devil can come to crush it. Why do you think Jesus started a church? He needed a structure. He needed a system. Beyond the men, there must be a system. Beyond the men, there must be offices. Beyond the men, there must be programs. Because God is the all-wise God. And so tonight, if our goal is to make a difference in our world, we must find out what is the secret of power. Today, if our goal is to make a difference in our world, we must find out what are the values that men must have in order to be approved, both of God and of man. And if we are thinking about making a difference, we must search, seek, and receive the wisdom that makes for preservation. If these three things are not there, we may hear it, but we will not partake of it. I'm persuaded that nobody hearing me tonight will leave this place without becoming a change agent. And so we'll begin with power. I'll talk about power and values tonight. And then tomorrow, as I talk about prayer, I will crystallize wisdom out of prayer. Because the goal of prayer is not gymnastics. You know, in our world today, people don't understand the goal of prayer. If you pray and sweat, that is good. Because there's a physical exercise aspect of prayer. And it's a physical exercise profits little. But if your prayer does not produce children, it's a waste. Because as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. And one of the children of prayer is wisdom. And so as we talk about prayer tomorrow, I will show you how to access the wisdoms that are in the realms of God. People will look at you, they will say, you are a woman. The world does not give so much advantage to women, but the reason you are doing what you are doing, it means you know something. For mama to be doing what she's doing for 27 years, she knows something. 36 years! Come on! My God! You know, when I was coming in this evening, I said, why do we need to bother preaching? Let's just read her autobiography and that's enough. Because she's already a difference. You want to celebrate the grace of God? Go ahead and do it. You may be seated.